Live from the City of Angels, you are watching Breaking Box Office Sunday morning. The results, the quickest to the draw right here, MMT. As we get into the numbers, and we figured that Beetlejuice was going to outperform, it did just that. It did better than I thought it could. I mean, the movie's not great. I don't want to get into it again, guys. I saw it on Thursday night. I have the reaction stream. I don't want to discuss it beyond saying what a disappointment. Could you pack more characters into your screenplay, Tim Burton? That's the question. But here are the results, and they are very positive, especially domestically. $110 million debut here stateside. That's an average of $24,000 per screen. Now, here's the thing. Whenever I mention that, it's important to put that in your back pocket, because we're going to talk about a film that did a tiny fraction of that. So you understand what means when a film bombs. You know, what does it actually mean when that happens? Well, you look at that per screen average, 24,000. This is up 45% on Saturday over Friday. So that tells you that this was a family film, which is ridiculous. If you've seen the film, you take your kids to see a movie with a ghost stapling herself together with a staple gun. Guys, this is, I'm telling you, you scarred your kids for life if you took like little 6-year-olds to see this. Like, oh, it's going to be fun. All right, I know I'm doing a lot of commentary here in addition to the numbers. That's what we do. Otherwise, it'd be Grace Randolph. I'd be reading a fucking teleprompter. You guys be like, this sucks. I don't know how she gets the views she does, but she does. Boring. Not to mention that gigantic list of things she has to cover. We just get to the facts quickly and move on. 110 million. Beetlejuice, the third largest opening of 2024. Warner Brothers' fourth number one opening of the year. And I think that's what? Trap? Dune? It doesn't say here. And what was the other one? There's another one in there. Trap was terrible. It wasn't Horizon, that's for sure. Oh, any chance I get to stomp on Horizon's grave is absolutely welcome here on MMT. But you're looking at another win for Warner Brothers, a big win. I mean, listen, whether I like the film or not, 110 million is the second biggest September opening ever behind It, which was 123 back in 2017. Level excitement we saw from audience this weekend was simply jaw-dropping. I like when the studios put in their own little commentary here. We saw audiences dressing themselves up and their kids to scar them in crazy costumes and quoting classic lines and playing games in the lobbies. Beetlejuice is an event. Now I'm starting to sound like a shill. Imagine if that was my actual stream instead of what I do. You know, you guys watch the stream, you know that I just hammer things right and left. Tonight, by the way, we are going to bury A24 for real. It's going to be the death of A24 tonight. We'll discuss that. It's a huge stream, and I know a lot of you are going to lose. Oh my God. But what if my whole stream was like that? Beetlejuice is an event. Now I sound like an AMC shill. Go see a movie at AMC. AMC shills. They're just as bad as any other shill. Don't be a shill. Shills are lame. Don't be a lame shill in life where you parrot talking points and only root for the home team. Be more interesting. Cinema score B+. It's not great, but it did do an A- in some of the demographics. But you look at the overall premium format, PLF, on this, 33% of the business. IMAX, Dolby leading the way, along with the motion seating 4DX. Top 10 locations overall for this film are as follows. Burbank, AMC, let's roll up, y'all. Not because of AMC and I'm an AMC shield. Go to the moon, AMC. AMC rocket ship to the moon. Because all I care about's the stock. I don't care about movies. I just want to see my stock go higher. God, AMC shills, you are so lame. Seriously, guys, I will attack you all fucking day. I mean, the stream's going to be tight today, but any chance I get a chance to hammer to the moon AMC bunch, I will absolutely take it. I'll pop the DEFCON 5 button and I'll push it because you guys are a nauseating group. Do not be like that. When a film bombs, admit it. When a film is successful, then cool. But don't freak out about your stupid ass stock. Shut up. Fuck me. This is definitely not Grace Randolph's dream. AMC Universal City Walk number 2. AMC, everybody. Santa Cruz Casablanca San Antonio number 3. Regal River Park Fresno. AMC Disney Springs Orlando is 5. AMC Grove 6. AMC Lincoln Square New York City 7. Cinemark Rialto, LA, 8. Harkin Estrella Falls, Phoenix. They always find a way to get in that top 10. It's one of the biggest theaters there in Phoenix. And Harkins Mountain Grove, LA. I don't even know where that is. Mountain Grove. I guess that's up by Magic Mountain. No idea. Top 10 markets are as follows: LA, New York, Dallas, Houston, Chicago, San Fran, Phoenix, Philly, Orlando, and Atlanta. So a big win. We go to the overseas numbers. Not as strong. This film did not travel. I mean, could it be another Twisters? Remember, Twisters has that massive domestic and that very weak international. Well, guess what? Beetlejuice is in the same position here with only 35.4 million from 79%, make that 75% of the international markets that are open on this. Key markets, France, Germany, and Japan are still to go. But for the countries that it did open in, it turns out that it was okay. It's just not as strong as it is domestically. I would have guessed that if you'd have said, hey, is Beetlejuice going to be bigger stateside? Well, of course it's going to be bigger stateside. It just is. I mean, I don't have the whole details on the Tim Burton, per film and how it does international versus stateside, but these kind of films just don't travel as well. It's not going to get a China, is my guess. Not that there's anything woke in the film, but it just is, there's just, I think if anything, China would be wise to ban Beetlejuice for it not being great. That would be, what's your reason you didn't let it into the city, to the country? I'm just waking up here. The Sunday night show is much smoother. Is because they go, this is terrible. That's right. Thank you, Donald. Furiosa. I should remember that it's Furiosa and Godzilla. Maybe Trap didn't get to number 1. Well, whatever. Thank you, Warner Brothers, for not telling me what the other films were, and I had to suddenly come up with them. All right, let's go to the number 2 film this weekend. I think we just did everything about Beetlejuice, including my hammering the film again, which is always welcome. Whenever I get a chance to dig into another film, I will do that. Deadpool and Wolverine, 7.2 million on the weekend. I think what's important to note here is to go to the Disney email. There's a lot of stuff on this, but let's just get to the big bullet point. The first studio to cross $4 billion globally this year is Walt Disney. By those big releases, as we know, Inside Out 2, Deadpool, Wolverine, Kingdom Planet of the Apes, Alien, Romulus. Those are the big 4 for them this year. And it's the 10th time that Disney has exceeded the 4 billion threshold since 2010, the most of any studio. 3rd straight year, only 2 films surpassed 1 billion. You guys know what that is this year. That is Deadpool, Wolverine, and Inside Out 2. Inside Out 2 is now the 8th biggest global release of all time at $1.67 billion, and it's the number 1 animated release of all time globally. It did finally beat The Lion King, even though there was debate whether that was animated, right, the 2019 version. Either way, it's number 1, period, doesn't matter. Alien Romulus crossed 300 million globally this weekend, the 4th movie from Disney to do so, to cross 300 million globally in 2024. But those 2 biggies, obviously, are Inside Out 2 and Deadpool Wolverine. By the way, we call both of those. Actually, I got to say, I called Deadpool Wolverine over $1 billion. A lot of you were like, nah, it's only going to make 750. It's only going to make 800. Sorry, I got to make the voice because that's exactly what I just picture the faces when they do that. It's only going to make 800 million. The last one only made 750. Oh, but did you notice that there's Hugh Jackman in this one? Did you notice that everyone is super stoked to see this movie and it got pushed off until late July and everyone's going to just like run out and go crazy? And also the movie rocks. The movie's fucking awesome. Movie's so much fun. And oh, by the way, can I just get some more love for me? Because I just have to do this because I don't get enough. I have to like create it myself because y'all don't give me enough credit. And when I saw Deadpool Wolverine, what did I tell you about that opening title sequence? What did I tell you? And look what's happened with that opening title sequence. The biggest meme ever, essentially, all over Instagram, all over TikTok. That whole bye, I called it. That's why you watch MMT, because we're right. The other guys are like guessing. And we're not doing anti-woke shit either. I'm hammering AMC shills today. I don't even know what that makes me. Is that woke or anti-woke? Or is that anti-capitalist? I don't know. Reagan, 5.2 million, which actually held pretty well. Here's your top 10. Let's look at that as we continue along here. And you look at Reagan down 32%. with 18.5 million. I have not watched that film. I do not want to watch it. It looks like a Hallmark Channel version of Ronald Reagan's life with a very iffy performance from the lead in Quaid. I just watched that trailer and I'm like, ugh. Mr. Gorbachev, we will stand. That's actually better than he's doing. I could do a better Reagan right now on a Sunday morning at 9:20 here in LA than what I saw out of Dennis Quaid. It Ends With Us is number 5. But listen, the big thing about It Ends With Us is that this film, Romulus was 4, and Ends With Us was 3.8 million, but it doesn't matter. Here's the deal. 300 million worldwide for It Ends With Us, which is crazy, right? For a film like that to do that kind of number. So that is mega impressive. As you look at the top 10, you know the one thing you don't see there? A24's The Front Room. There's a reason. Guys, listen, I've sat through some truly awful films this year. 2024, without question, is one of the worst years ever in cinema. Do not even debate me. Don't come in here and say it's not. It is. Okay. There's not any question. I've seen virtually everything in a theater. I don't want to watch that Netflix Rambo kind of thing. I'm not watching it. It's not in a theater. Do not ask me to watch that. I don't care if the filmmaker's talented. I watched Blue Ruin. It was in a theater. I'm not going to talk about that film. I have no interest in that film. I don't care if it's the best film ever made. I'm not supporting Netflix. Oh, now the AMC people are like, well, we like Weber. Too bad. Don't be a shill for your damn company, man. Be interesting. Here's what I am. I am absolutely determined to make certain that Netflix plays by the rules that all the other studios do. Oh, yeah, exactly. So why are you watching and talking about that shit? Oh, because it's views, right? Right? All my YouTubers out there who do that. Oh, it's views. People are watching. I don't fucking care. I don't want to watch a Netflix movie. Why are you supporting a company that has 0 theatrical? I mean, don't tell me a couple of indie theaters on the outskirts of town. That doesn't count. The average person can't even watch Netflix movies. Don't talk to me about whatever the hell that Netflix movie is. I don't want to discuss it. It's not going to be talked about here. Okay? I don't care, again, if it is the best picture of the year. Not going to watch it. Last year, I made exceptions for May, December, and for Maestro, and I largely regretted those decisions. Not talking about that film. But when you look at where we are and you look at a film like Front Room, which is truly, guys, this is next level. A24, and we're talking about this tonight. It is our big Sunday evening discussion tonight. It is the death of A24. I'm not playing. This is not hyperbole. It's not a joke. This is legit. That studio is dying and dying quickly because the people in charge of A24 have no clue what they're doing when it comes to releasing things of quality. Even Sing Sing was a disappointment. If that's your best picture of the year, Sing Sing, we are screwed. But it would make sense because this year's terrible. We'll talk about it tonight. But guess what? Under $800 per screen for The Front Room. It didn't even deserve that. How it didn't get an F cinema score is way beyond my comprehension. We will discuss how bad that film is tonight with the evaluation, in addition to the burial, the funeral. Where have we heard that before? What other channel? The anti-woke channel. We're not anti-woke, but we're going to have a funeral for A24 tonight on MMT. See you back here. Until then, peace out. Live from LA.